Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Krakpot podcast. I'm your host, Moocake, and I'm joined, as always, by Woz Count.
Hello, Guardians.
And also by V Phantom.
Hi, I'm not crippled.
Well, thanks for letting us know. Very much appreciated.
By emotion.
I
should
see what
clarify.
you did there. I see what you did there. Well
Great
done.
start, guys.
That's what we call a rough save.
I know, I let that slide for too long.
Anyway, I think today we're discussing, or at least we're going to start discussing, fuck knows how the conversation will go. Usually goes off the fucking rails. But I think we want to talk about the recent Game Grumps controversy that's aired on the internet. Mainly that Dan from Game Grumps has been accused of, I think it's either grooming or just generally treating his female fans quite poorly. So who wants to break this one?
I think I know like most of the story of what's going on, right? So
I don't know anything about it. Woz, take it away, baby.
yeah, so I'll explain it. So all I want to point out before we start, man's just getting W's in my opinion, bro.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone knows he looks young. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen Game Grumps,
Yeah.
but he looks like super young, like early 20s. But he's actually like 40 some. And not so long ago, like in 2014, he was messaging a fan that was 17.
Okay.
Oh no, I think the fan might have no, I think Dan. I don't know if it was Dan or her that messaged first, but they were like being nice. Like it was nothing weird, you know. It was like, "Oh, I hope you're doing shows and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Yeah, I might go there in 2014. I might do shows there." And after a while, they stayed friends, whatever. Then she turned 18, and he did the little "Happy birthday, happy to see you turning 18, XXXXX." And then not so long after that, he posts a video called Dan Hot Tub. You can probably find this on the internet. It's really cringy. You can go try to find it. But long story short, he's in there with the hot tub that's like super expensive. He's like, "This would be so cool to fuck."
Right.
And she's like, "Oh, okay. And they fuck after a while, and then he ghosts her.
Right. So they're both over the age of consent, and they both consented to the action.
Yeah.
Right.
But he does this multiple times, but they're all adults. So personally, in my opinion, I'm like, who fucking cares? They're adults. They can make their own choices.
Well, the only thing I would say is the particular example you cited. She was 17 when they started talking. That's a bit fucking dodgy, I think.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it's like
but
you
it was
said.
nothing like sexual, like, oh, when you turn 18, we should fuck. You know? It was just
right. He
like
only
normal
started being
conversation.
sexual.
But still,
once.
like a grown man doesn't normally just text a 17-year-old like that. He's
Yeah.
like older. But
That's the
here's
only.
thing.
That's the only
So,
thing I would say is
If
weird.
it's not
yeah.
illegal, I think it's okay.
I think it's
I'm just
weird.
saying.
I think it's weird, but it's not
I
illegal.
Yeah.
don't agree with the talking to the 17-year-old part
Yeah, I
that
don't
grew up
agree
to,
with
like,
that.
you know, sleep with later, because that is kind of grooming, borderline.
Yeah, I guess.
But-
like, what are people supposed to do? Not smash fans? Like, come on.
You can
What
smash
the heck?
fans. Just I wouldn't talk to anyone who wasn't 18 and up.
I've got no problem with him having sex with
Oh,
multiple
yeah, obviously.
fans. Like if they're interested in him and want to do so, and they're over the age of 18, which in his case I believe you said they all are, no fucking
Well,
problem.
the main thing that everyone's mad about, like, I guess people aren't really mad about the grooming of an adult, which I don't understand because they can make their own choices. And then people will make
No, it's like a groupie at a concert.
Yeah.
It's literally like
It's
being the
literally
rock star
groupie.
and sleeping with a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're 18 and up, you make your own choices.
yeah.
And then, but some people will say like, "Oh, the brain isn't, blah blah blah." Well, shut up, they're adult. But the main thing everyone's pissed about is that he would ghost them after.
Well, yeah. I mean that's a dick move, but it's like he's not grooming them or treating them poorly. Well, I suppose he is treating them poorly in a way, but like it's not that big of a thing. Like with all due respect, like I'm sure they were disappointed that they got to get with a YouTuber they like, and then he never speaks to them again. But like this is quite a common occurrence. Lots of guys ghost girls after a smash. Lots of girls will ghost guys after a smash. It's quite a common occurrence, and it's disappointing, but it's not like life destroying or like grossly offensive to a person.
Wouldn't it be worse if he was like not ghosting the women and still talking to each one even after moving on
Yeah.
to the next, continuing to talk with
Yeah.
all of them?
Yeah, that would be worse.
I mean, he's an adult. Let him do what he wants, and so are they. Just don't talk to kids.
If he just wants a one smash opportunity, that's fair enough. Like, yeah, maybe just, finish it with a message and don't immediately ghost them. But, you don't have to, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I think the accusers that are saying they were groomed by him are just sad that they got ghosted after. Like, who fucking cares? I'm pretty sure they're just crying.
That might
about
be
that.
exactly what it is.
Well, groomed is kind of a word that's thrown about the internet as well nowadays. Like, it's almost lost some of its meaning because it's used so much and so out of context on the internet nowadays. A lot of people claim to be groomed, and sometimes it's legitimate, but sometimes it's a case like this where, you got with someone once,
Yeah.
and, they played the long game and pulled you into bed and then didn't sleep with you again, or, they just wanted to smash you one time and they played the long game and, texted you and worked towards it. That's not grooming, that's just playing the game, as far as I understand. Now, if you're like, stroking this person for years and years and manipulating them psychologically or whatever, that's different. But if you just speak to someone for a few weeks, couple months, make it very clear that you're interested and want to do this, and then do it and never talk to them again, that's not grooming. That's just being a bit of a dick, but it's nothing uncommon. It happens all the time on fucking Tinder.
Sounds like a W to me, bro. What are you talking about?
Honestly, though, like, it's not that big of a deal, especially at that age. You're just sleeping with people and then you don't talk to them again. I'm not saying it's a healthy lifestyle. It's not one that I would choose, but it happens and it's kind of normal. A lot of people do it.
Yeah.
And they probably are just upset that, you're 18, got to sleep with a YouTuber, he doesn't talk to you anymore. Well, you made your own choices. It is what it is.
Honestly, plus he's in his 40s. That's more of a dub if he can, like, pull all these hoes. Can I say that?
Can I say that?
I suppose that's where a lot of the controversy is coming from, because he's in his 40s. I know you said he looks quite young, but he's in his 40s and he's sleeping with girls that aren't even in their 20s. So I suppose a lot of people would be like, looking at the age gap. And in a way, it is one hell of an age gap, but again, it's two consenting adults. And it's not like they carried on for months, they did it one time. So I suppose that's where most of the fucking controversy comes from. This guy was a fully grown adult before they were born, I suppose in that vein, it's a bit weird.
Well, I guess people also brought to the fact that the messages were weird. Like, okay, let's pretend like you're an 18-year-old woman, Phantom, and I'm a 40-year-old man, all right? And we're texting each other. Okay.
For once, I'm not the 40-year-old man on the podcast. This is fucking brilliant.
It's going to be great. And then you're
You can
just
be my
that
dog.
one FBI agent that's covering. You're the one FBI agent making
he's
sure
the
that
FBI, okay.
nothing bad happens.
Protect me.
Hey, I'm probably going to go do a show over there. Woo!
Okay, boomer.
Fucking retard. You want to fuck me.
Like,
But yeah, he texts
weren't you
like
like
that,
my
like,
age when I was
I'm
born?
pretty sure I was like 40 when you were born.
Oh.
Dude, how old is Dan? Hold on, I'm gonna search up how old. Cause dude, he looks young. Have you guys seen him?
I would guess in his 30s.
You would say in his 30s?
Well, no, I guess late 20s, early 30s.
He's 42.
Fuck,
Jesus
really?
Christ.
Yeah, he looks super good
thought
for
he
his
was-
age. Fuck. I think Aaron looks older than him, and Aaron's way
How
young.
old is he?
Aaron from Game Grumps is.
I'd just like to point out at this moment, while Woz is Googling stuff for us, that our podcast, Jamie, still has never been on a single fucking episode.
That's actually true. That's a fact.
Aaron is 34, and he looks old, man.
I relate to being young and looking old for a start, but I think we should clarify briefly this whole fucking Jamie meme, because we've had new viewers since that thing started. But basically, Joe Rogan's podcast, he's got a guy called Jamie who looks shit up for him. In the middle of episodes, he'll Google shit up that they're talking about to make sure they get it right. And V Phantom wanted our own version of Jamie on this podcast. And so we got someone to be our Jamie, and she came on for one episode. And, we kind of did a test run with her. And that test run went well. And ever since that first episode she came on, she hasn't been on another one. She's always been busy or just unavailable. So basically, I've been trying to explain to Phantom that it's a shit idea, but here we are.
It's so disappointing. I tried to get the original Jamie, but he's booked up every week. It's a fucking asshole. Anyway, I tried to get him, and he was like, "Sorry, dude, I just can't do it. Like, you got to talk to Keemstar." So I tried phoning Keemstar, and Keemstar was like, "Bro, I got nobody." And I was like, "Fuck! Now I gotta go with this other person."
Well, you wouldn't want to talk to Keemstar anyway. You wouldn't want to associate with that rodent, would you?
Oh no, I talk to Keem every day.
Yeah.
Ah. Right.
The other person I
Sure.
usually talk to is Pewdiepie. Like last time I was asking him if he was ever gonna do a podcast, which he was like a long time ago, but he was like, "Nah, I don't really feel like it." And then he asked me, but I didn't really.
So you
feel
came to us instead.
Yeah, I didn't really feel.
He also asked him for money, which was a little weird.
Yeah, he asked me for money,
Right,
and
right.
was like, "No." But yeah, PewDiePie was asking me for money, and he wanted to join the podcast. I was like, "No, sorry, you need more subs."
It was kind of weird because he said that as he was paying for like our food too. He was like, "No, I don't
All right, fuck you,
I don't
man.
have anything," as he was handing it to the waiter, and Pewds was like, "Money?"
Some fucking stupid news article's going to take this out of context now and try to cancel PewDiePie again. So we apologise in advance.
And
for
that's
that.
when Felix whipped out his dick at the table. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, dude.
The size of his girth. Not that he whipped
When is
it
the
out.
new Batman coming out? Like, oh my god,
This year?
this year?
Yes. Roll with that.
Is that
roll with
the, yeah? Is that the Robin?
Oh my god, I
not
did
Robin.
not
Is that
know
the
it was
Robert
this year.
Pattinson one?
It's the one with Robert Pattinson. Yeah, that shit looks so fucking good. I feel like this. In my opinion, so far, this looks like it's gonna be like one of the best ones because he's like not being a little bitch and he's actually beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about because I always thought Batman was too pussy, bro.
What?
Like kill them. Who
I thought the
cares?
Christian Bale.
I want him to kill the
ones-
people.
Well, no, Batman doesn't kill. That's the whole point.
Batman doesn't
Batman's
kill.
Moral code is he doesn't kill. I thought the Christian Bale ones were a good enough kind of like a very realistic approach to
Yeah.
the superhero genre in general. But like his level of violence in that I thought was particularly good. There's bits in the Dark Knight where he genuinely wants to kill the Joker, but he holds himself back. He beats the shit out of people in those films. And there's that bit in, I think it's the first one, where he's on the train, and he's like, I won't kill you, but that doesn't mean I have to save you either. Like that's pretty good in my opinion. That's like Batman's level.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But like in fighting scenes, I think he needs to like break their arms, not just fucking punch them to.
My
knock
man,
them
have
out.
you seen the Christian Bale
Break their
Batman
arms,
film?
dude.
He does.
He breaks
legs.
fucking bones in those films. It's brutal.
I want more.
He dropped a dude off of
I
a
want more.
rooftop to get information about like a hot dog
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
That's pussy shit. I've done that myself.
Oh right.
I'm a
Yes.
child.
This is about the fucking whale in a pool again, or isn't
I,
this?
oh fuck. We're not. Don't bring that shit back up, please. I'm still having an aneurysm from that last episode. You couldn't take a whale in a fight. Let's fucking move on.
I can take a shark,
No,
dude.
fuck off. No, you couldn't.
Fuck.
No, you couldn't.
In a pool.
No, you couldn't.
If it's in a pool, dude, no room.
You're an
I'll beat the
actual
shit out of a
moron.
shark.
You're an actual fucking moron. You couldn't take a shark. You couldn't.
Dude.
How
you're
much? How much does a
child.
great white weigh? Oh, you know what? We can't figure it out because we don't have a fucking Jamie. God
you couldn't.
damn
You
it.
couldn't take a shark. It easily. Let's say approximately it weighs about a ton, maybe 2. If it's a bit on the chunky side, right? Fucking rows of teeth. It can move at like 30, 40 miles an hour, right? And you were saying last episode, oh, I could just grab onto its fin. No, you couldn't. You really fucking couldn't. It's in the water. It's slippery as shit. It would easily
It's-
shake you off and fucking eat
It's
you.
about 1,200 to 2,400 pounds.
Right,
That's
okay.
easy.
Nah, you couldn't take that.
Easy,
Couldn't
Brad.
take that. You
He's so
couldn't take
heavy he
that.
can't even move that fast. I can
No,
fucking
no, he can move at like
Just
20,
bite,
30
God.
miles an
bite
hour.
him, dude.
You moron.
I don't know why. Like, if I'm getting fucking like in the movies, they need to have like people bite. Like, if you're getting attacked, bite their fucking ear off, bite their eyes out, dude. Bite them.
It's a great white shark. It has sandpaper skin.
Basically, because I don't want this conversation again. Basically, Woz Count as a moron. Like, if you agree.
You have no idea if I can or not. It's like you're
no,
just
I do.
inferring.
I
It's
have
like you
I have a
It's like
perfect
you
idea.
saying. It's
I have
like
a
you
perfect
saying
idea.
America's
I have
comedy
a
is worse
perfect
than
idea.
British.
I have a perfect
You're
idea.
biased.
I have a
You're
perfect
biased.
idea. You can easily not
Dude,
take a shark in a fight.
I'm
that's
built like
just
a
common
shark,
sense.
dude.
That's just common
My
fucking
fins
sense.
are gonna
It
wipe
doesn't.
some
It doesn't.
ass.
Like you can't just say, "Oh, I'm built differently." Like how are you built differently? You so inbred that you've got webbed feet? Is that
I'm
how you're
built
built
different.
differently? Like it doesn't. It doesn't fucking matter. Like you
yeah,
physically
dude.
couldn't take a shark in a fight.
I can swim.
None of
pretty
us could.
fucking well.
No human could.
I can
It's
swim like 10 miles per hour.
Yeah, and that constitutes nothing.
This is slowly going to
constitutes
devolve
nothing. You're
back
in-
into America.
I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna
going to say,
I can take-
you're in the water.
I can take
Woz
a
Count.
water
You're
snake.
underwater with a shark. You can't move.
Well, look, see
quickly.
now that's
You can
different.
barely
Where?
move at
Where?
all,
How
whereas-
big's the pool? How big's the pool?
Like
How
Yeah,
big's
how
the
big
o-
is the pool?
Yeah.
yeah, like a proper sized pool, enough room for both you and the shark comfortably. That shark can move much quicker than you. It can do more damage.
Can the
than
shark
you.
turn in the pool?
Tell
Yeah.
me the exact size of the pool. and
Let's
I'll
say,
tell you.
fuck it. Let's say an Olympic-sized swimming pool. You know, obviously deeper for the shark, but you know that
Oh,
kind
fuck.
of measurements.
Oh,
That's a little tough.
Dude, Olympic-sized swimming pools are not that deep. That guys can drown.
I just said deeper. like deeper, but that's the
No.
measurements of the
Jamie,
pool.
search
Like,
it up.
If you want a size, Olympic
They
size
stay near the
swimming pool, but
surface.
deeper, so the shark can
Exactly.
move in it properly. Basically,
I'll
you're
just
So
get
they don't
on
need to
land to
take
get a
it.
gun and shoot it.
No, that's what
Fucking
we said.
easy.
No, you can't
We
use a
already
weapon.
made this
Easy.
clear. We already made this. Well, first off, your gun
I'm
wouldn't
using
work
my
under,
guns.
your gun wouldn't work in the
my
water, but
fist
we've already
guns,
made it
dude.
clear you can't use weapons. You can't use any weapons or equipment. It's you with just your bare
My teeth.
fists versus a shark with just its bare mouth. It can move quicker than you. It's bigger than you. It's stronger and faster than you. It would kill you in a heartbeat. Woz Count. It would kill any of us in a heartbeat. You can't
Well,
take a shark in
I
a
got
fight. You
plot
fucking
armor.
muppet.
I got plot armor.
How do you know if you've never tried?
Oh,
I'm the main
please
character.
try.
Yeah,
please
who's
try.
taking a great white shark fist to fist?
I'm just saying, you should always try and put your mind to it, and you can always overcome.
If
your
this video gets
achievements.
100,000 views, I'll take a white shark in the video.
I think I
Seriously?
said last
Yes.
episode, if we reach 1 million subs by the end of the year, we'll put you versus a great white shark. So get subscribing.
No. You said our anime was gonna come out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we've promised so much pointless shite though. It's not like any of it's actually gonna. Can we move away from the fucking fighting animals talk again, please? The last one gave me brain damage.
I can't take a centipede.
Oh no, not again.
Oh no,
What happened?
he's broken. Did anyone see the Snyder cut?
I didn't actually. Thank you for changing the subject, but I didn't. I intend to watch
Didn't
it.
know.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw
Is
it.
it good? What do you think? I mean, it's got to be better than the cinematic.
I
cut.
have to say, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I didn't think that they could pull that movie together. But holy shit, it's not even comparable to the theatrical cut.
Okay.
Not even a little
Wow.
bit. It's like comparing like those little shit films you made when you were a kid to like The Godfather
Wow.
or like to Forrest
Really?
Gump. It is just so good. I'm not saying it's the best DC movie, but it's really I think you got to remember the theatrical cut was only like 90 minutes long around there. I could be wrong. We need Jamie.
Oh, it was shit. It was so shit. That film
It
was
was
so
garbage.
shit.
I don't really like DC movies.
Yeah, this movie puts
The original
everything in
Justice League.
context. I didn't even recognize scenes because they were used in such
I
different
haven't really
context.
seen DC movies.
Well, I've only seen. I've seen a fair few actually. Suicide Squad was shit,
Yeah, that was
and
garbage.
Justice League was shit. Batman vs Superman was all right. I didn't mind Batman vs Superman, and I still think Man of Steel is the best one. That first Superman film.
I
think
agree.
that
I
was very
wish
good.
Suicide Squad was fire. Dude, the Batman was so aesthetic. I mean, not Batman, fucking Joker.
The next one is gonna be fire.
Yeah.
What is
Well,
it the same
hopefully,
people?
because they're redoing it. It's James Gunn. Isn't
Well,
it?
James Gunn, yeah.
Well, that's the thing that always confuses me about the Justice League. That's what confused me about the Justice League theatrical cut, because Josh Whedon finished that fucking film, and I know that he's not. I've seen a lot of shit on Twitter about the Zack Snyder cut and comparing it to stuff, and obviously Josh Whedon, as the Twitter stans will put it, didn't understand Zack Snyder's vision. So obviously he'd get bits of it wrong, but like Josh Whedon did the Avengers film, the original 2012 Avengers film.
Joss, he fucked up. No, he didn't. He did get his vision. Zach explained everything to him.
Right.
It was kind of like when JJ handed it over to Ryan Johnson with the Star Wars films.
Yeah,
It was like,
okay.
here's my plan. Here's what you should do. I need to take a leave. Enjoy. And Joss was like Ryan Johnson. He was like, all right,
Okay.
I'm going to change it all.
This is the thing that confuses me, though. Like, because Josh Whedon did the original Avengers film, unless I'm very much mistaken, and like that film's fucking brilliant.
No. He did that one, and he did the 2015 one.
Yeah, well, Age of Ultron's a bit of a
The
letdown.
Age of Ultron.
But even so, it's a decent superhero movie. It's much better than the fucking Justice League one.
What?
And Avengers
I
Assemble
liked Age
2012.
of Ultron.
Well, that's what I mean. It's better. I think it's the. I still think it's a good film, but I think it's the weaker of the
I think
Avengers
Vision's
films.
the best part of that movie.
The point is, the first Avengers movie is bloody brilliant. It's still one of my favourite superhero films, full stop. And Josh Whedon did that. And the fact that he was able to do something that good and simultaneously fuck Justice League up so badly, like that confuses
Well, he got handed that in the middle of its making, so
Mm.
he didn't organically. He took scenes and he was like, "Here's how I want to use it." And he also took a movie that was filmed to be a dark tone, like a rated R movie,
Oh, yeah.
and
yeah.
he turned it into an Avengers movie
Yeah.
after they shot everything. And he even added like some weird.
Even the
scenes.
colour correction was
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
It was just weird because the Snyder cut is so much darker.
Well, that's the point. The DC cinematic, even in the comics, DC has always been, I think, darker than Marvel. There's been some very dark Marvel comics. There's a lot of very dark Wolverine stuff that I've read, very dark X-Men stuff. But in terms of like your mainline what people would consider mainline Marvel nowadays, things like Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Avengers, that's always been considerably light-hearted, That's always been more action-based and stuff like that in most of the comics. There's been darker
I would say
variants.
in the public view, yes, but the comically, I would say no. That's
what I mean.
It's because of the public perception of it, because the movies for DC have been terrible.
Well,
and what I mean by terrible is it's not a good representation of what the characters are in the comics, because the difference between DC and Marvel is, I would say, Marvel is superheroes and DC are gods. They're basically gods. They're not like heroes. They literally are invincible, immortal people.
Well, except for
Batman. He's cool.
But
I thought Joker was pretty cool.
The thing I was saying is, on average, Marvel does some very dark, gritty stuff as well, with even characters like Spider-Man and Captain America, I know. But on average, even in the comic world, DC is much darker than Marvel, on average. And that should be, I think, mirrored in the movie settings. The DC movies should be darker than the Marvel's ones, because that's the tone they've always gone for. Batman's always been very dark. Parts of it, even Superman, who is basically just, an unkillable character for memes. Even that has been fucking dark in places. It's always been, on average,
but
darker.
it's not a good representation of the Superman comics. If you're talking about like the Zack Snyder vision, because it's a very... I'm not saying his version. I like Man of Steel, but it's not like a good representation of Superman. Because Superman, they make like Superman seem like a god who's only in love with Lois Lane, as where the truth is he's not Superman. He's actually Clark Kent. That's the person he identifies as. As where in the movies you see like, oh, Clark Kent is the alter ego, which simply is not true. It's just a director made a decision once, and then now they carry it everywhere. And Zack Snyder got a hold of the series, and he's like, yeah, I love dark, gritty shit. 300 this shit. Let's go. Which isn't bad. It's just a different adaptation.
That's one of the themes I liked in Batman vs. Superman. And again, I think that's quite a flawed film, but I think it's, it's much better than Justice League anyway. But one of the themes I particularly liked in that film was the whole idea of people treating Superman as if he was some sort of revered god. This almost kind of religion around him in some places. I liked that theme quite a lot. And the idea of him having far too much power, I thought that was a good trope. And they completely fucked it in the Justice League theatrical cut.
Yeah, they did.
Shazam.
I've heard good things about Shazam, actually. Is
I
Shazam
liked
any
it.
good?
I liked it a lot.
Shazam was awesome, but one last thing about what you just said, Moo. I gotta say, if that's what you thought they fucked with the Justice League theatrical version, you're going to like what Snyder did, because
Okay, good.
you'll like it if you ever get a chance to see it. And
I intend to watch it.
Shazam was the shit.
Shazam.
Did you see Shazam?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it described as DC's equivalent of Deadpool.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What? It's
Birds
like a
of
very
Prey.
Playful, it's not playful movie.
Birds
Very
of Prey
playful
is like
movie.
Deadpool, breaking the
No,
fourth wall
Yeah.
everywhere.
Birds of Prey sounds more like
No,
a Guardians
I'm
of the
not-
Galaxy
I
sort
think-
of thing. Well, I know they tried to do it at the Suicide Squad, but like in terms of like a comparable attempt, I would say Birds of Prey and the new Suicide Squad.
No, I'm saying like
would be
Harley
Guardians of the
Quinn
Galaxy.
literally is the female version of Deadpool. Like that's what they're trying to replicate with her breaking the fourth wall. Fourth wall breaks inside of fourth wall breaks. That's what they did with the Birds of Prey movie. I saw Shazam. It was not like that. It's more of a very lighthearted DC movie, and I love it. I think it's pretty
I
good.
wanted to see Joker. I haven't seen Joker. Was that good?
Joker's really good. Joker's really
Yeah.
good. But that's the thing. It's not
Yeah.
the thing I like about Joker.
It's not a
is,
superhero movie, though.
It's not a superhero movie for a start, but also it's set apart as well. It's kind of like, has any of you seen Logan, the Wolverine movie with the last one that Hugh Jackman did?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Joker's kind of
Yeah.
like that in the sense that it sort of ties into the universe, but if you're not particularly bothered with the X-Men universe, or if you haven't seen any of the other X-Men movies, you can still watch this, and you won't miss anything. There's a few things sprinkled in for like, because I love the X-Men ones, the X-Men films. In fact, hot take. I know it's a very flawed set of movies, but I think the X-Men movies, I prefer them almost to the Marvel and DC ones. So I've watched them from the start, but the thing with Logan was you could watch that and without having seen all the other stuff and without giving a shit about the X-Men cinematic universe. And Joker's very much the same thing. It sort of ties in a little bit, but not to the extent where you have to see other stuff. It does work as a standalone movie.
I didn't really
Yeah,
like
it's like
X-Men
in its
movies.
own bubble.
Yeah, it is in its own bubble, but that bubble can it's like a Venn diagram, where you've got the two circles that sort of overlap. It's like that. There's a little bit of overlap, but it's not necessary.
It's like
You know,
Spider-Man.
you said something crazy earlier. See, I think Woz also heard you say something crazy. If I'm incorrect,
Oh, here
you
we
said you take all the X-Men movies over the Marvel movies.
I really like those X-Men movies.
Exactly.
I admit that it's a very flawed set of movies. I admit that the continuity is a little fucked. I've never really struggled to understand the continuity, actually. The continuity makes sense to me when you think about it. But I really like those movies. Okay, X-Men Origins Wolverine is shit. The third X-Men movie I thought was shit, but I still kind of like it. Objectively, it's shit, but I still quite like it. The last one they did was shit, which is a shame because they should have finished it on Logan, which is a very high point. But I think other than those actually X-Men Apocalypse as well was a bit shit. But other than that, I think the X-Men movies overall are very, very good. First one's great. X-Men 2 is fucking phenomenal.
Overall,
X-Men Origins is fucking brilliant. The character portrayal of Charles Xavier and Magneto getting to know each other in that is excellent. Days of the Future Past is fucking splendid.
you mean First Class? Please.
Oh yeah, First Past. Yeah, sorry, not Origins.
Not X-Men Origins.
No, Origins is shit. Sorry, I meant First Class.
You
Beg your
scared me.
Yeah.
I was like,
pardon. No. Sorry,
What?
I always confuse those. No, First Class is what I meant. First Class is phenomenal. Days of the Future Past is phenomenal. Logan's phenomenal.
Where's the one where the whole school explodes and then the fast Flash version of
Oh, that's Apocalypse.
X-Men goes over there and saves all?
yeah.
That one was good. I saw that one and Logan. I thought those are the only two I saw that I understood what was going
Okay,
on.
Logan's brilliant. X-Men Apocalypse is shit. If you
What? I thought it was great.
well, if you think it's great, fair enough. You're going to be fucking blown away by some of the other stuff.
I've
then.
only seen the movie once.
I thought it was pretty crap anyway. But no, I like those characters quite a lot. So maybe I've got a bit of a bias towards it. But I really like the X-Men movies. Even the shit ones, I kind of like. The only one that I detest completely and utterly without redemption is X-Men Origins. Again, not to be confused with First Class, as I always do. I always confuse those titles for some reason. But even the other shit films like X-Men 3, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Dark Phoenix, they're all shit films objectively, but I still kind of like them.
And that's okay. I'm surprised, though. Because, I will say this. I do think X-Men, that area, does have the best movie. Better than, the Marvel set. But I think overall Marvel puts out pretty damn good movies every year. But if I'm comparing, Endgame or, The Winter Soldier, I would say Logan wins still. Deadpool's
What
awesome.
do you guys think about fucking what's his name? The guy that flies and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon and the.
I saw an episode.
Is it good? I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's all right. It's not like the movies. I mean, it was a pretty slow episode. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of like the character work they're going for.
I'll be honest, I'm not fussed about the Marvel movies anymore, to be honest. I'm just, after Endgame, I'm not fussed.
It seems like really side character.
No, we're just talking about the TV
They
show.
should make an epilogue.
Well, that's what I mean, because you had Endgame, which was phenomenal, and then you had Spider-Man Far From Home, which was, I think, a nice little epilogue to Endgame. And then you had the cliffhanger at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. Honestly, the only Marvel MCU film I give a shit about now is the next Spider-Man film. I couldn't care about the TV shows. I don't care particularly about Black Panther 2, or I think they're doing a second Captain Marvel. I couldn't give a shit about them. The only one I really want to see at this point is
Wait, what about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
No, I don't care. Don't care. I thought Doctor Strange was a pretty weak movie overall.
The What If.
That one I'm excited
Dude,
for.
What If? Oh.
No, I couldn't care about that either. I mean, it's a nice concept, but again, I just don't care. The Endgame was the perfect ending for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It wrapped everything up quite nicely, I think. WandaVision doesn't concern me. I don't care about that particularly.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
I mean, I'll probably give it a
nervous
It
try.
ended pretty awesome.
I have Apple. I mean, not Apple. Fucking Disney
Evan
Plus.
Peters shows up.
Oh yeah, that from Evan Peters from the X-Men universe. They're trying to wrap all of it together.
No, listen. I'm not spoiling anything, but don't get your hopes up. The actor is playing a character. That is what's happening in the show. They played with fire.
All I'm saying is, I hope they don't try and... I know that they're going to try and bring the X-Men into the MCU. But if they're going to do that...
Yeah, of course, at some point.
But what I'm saying is leave the X-Men movies aside. That's its own universe. That's what I like about
How
them.
come Hercules isn't in the MCU movies?
What? Hercules?
He's got a point. Hercules is technically a superhero in the Marvel
Where's he at?
universe, not cinematic universe.
If you were to bring Hercules into it, it would muddy the water way too much, because suddenly you're including Greek mythology into the MCU.
What?
Oh, you don't know who Hercules is.
No. Who the fuck is Hercules? Hercules is in from the fucking Greek myths.
No, he's a Marvel superhero.
Well, I've never heard of him then. Sorry.
He is actually Hercules, though, in the Marvel comic book universe.
So Hercules from the Greek myths, or Hercules is in some bloke that's called himself Hercules.
Hercules is like
From
the
the
strongest.
Greek
I
myths.
think he's literally the strongest person in the MCU.
That's the point. Hercules in the Greek mythology is supposed to be the strongest man alive. He's thick as shit, but he's the strongest man alive. So if they were to bring Hercules into the MCU in the movies, that would canonize the whole of the Greek mythology. And I think even for the MCU, who are suddenly trying to go multiverse, even that's a bit of a push.
Would it be? Because they're now going to do vampires and shit. Like Morbius is
Yeah,
coming
but
out
vampires is different again. Vampires is still within the realm of supernatural, you know? Whereas Greek
soon.
mythology
You don't
is...
think Greek gods are
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
supernatural?
Well, of course they are. They're a myth. But what I mean is, like, vampires aren't an ancient religion from an ancient period of human history. They have always been a folk
All right,
tale.
question. Apocalypse.
Mm.
Ancient Egypt.
Yes.
God.
Hmm.
Does that count?
Sort of. I would argue for...
Because he's
well,
the first mutant. I guess it's not technically, like, mythology.
well, because you see, this is the thing with the Greek gods. You're just directly taking mythology and incorporating it into your superhero movie,
Yeah.
okay? With X-Men Apocalypse, I would argue that you've taken mythology and you've put a spin on it, which is you've looked at Egyptian mythology and you've gone, right, well, this dude, had he existed in Egyptian times, would have been revered as God. Any mutant would have been. That's the meme. This guy was treated as a god because they didn't understand what his powers meant. I think that's what I took away from Apocalypse. And then, because he was treated that way, his ego went off the fucking charts. And he comes back thousands of years later and is like, I am a god, it's my job to destroy the universe, or whatever the fuck. I think just to take the Greek mythology and Hercules and characters like that as they are, and put them into your fucking cinematic universe without any alteration or, explicit reasons, I think that's just not worth doing. Again, with Morbius, vampires and the myth of vampires have been around for centuries, but you've done something different with Morbius. You've crafted your own sort of origin for vampires being relevant. Whereas with the Greek mythologies, it's just they're here
Okay,
now.
what about when they talk about heaven and hell?
Well, heaven and hell, again, that just comes down to personal belief.
Wouldn't that also... No, I mean, like, they canonize
If you've canonized the Christian version of hell, how the fuck are you going to bring Greek myths into it as well? Because they're two completely different religions and different versions of hell.
Yeah,
You could do both.
I think it's just pointless. I think there's no point bringing all of that stuff in.
All right.
The show Supernatural pulls it off.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Supernatural is focused around that stuff, though, whereas the MCU is focused around superheroes in our world.
Just bring in Beyonder. I want to see him fight everyone. You know who that is, right?
The Beyonder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
Oh,
I
yeah.
think as well, I like cinematic universes, and I think what the MCU has done is phenomenal. For obvious reasons, it's the first proper cinematic universe we've ever gotten. But to have to include everything into your cinematic universe, I think is a bit of a stretch. Like, you've got this continuation in the MCU. That doesn't mean you have to take every single new thing and make it somehow fit in, because eventually that'll just mean it's going to implode on itself. Like, you could do a series with Morbius, for example, or you could do a series with Hercules and this Greek god stuff, and you could have it separate from the MCU. And it would still be a serviceable set of movies. They'd still be well done and well made, I'm sure. It's just they don't always have to be part of the fucking, the continuity, the lore,
But they're going
Well, of
to
course
be.
they will be, but what I'm saying is they shouldn't. That's what I argue. The whole point on the MCU is it's almost getting too big now.
Well, Fortnite does that, and it's doing great.
Well, Fortnite's brain dead. I despise Fortnite. The point is, I think it's getting too big. The obsession with including everything within the canon and the continuity, I think, is getting too much.
Well, they haven't yet. This is
Yeah.
all
Oh, I know,
speculation.
but what I mean is, like, I think, here's my prediction, actually, because a lot of people are saying, have you heard the whole meme about Western films and how superhero movies will go the same way eventually? Have you heard about that?
I don't think so.
To very briefly explain a movie theory, right? In the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, Western movies were the big thing. They were the 70s, 60s equivalent of the superhero movie now. Like, they were massive events, massive blockbusters every time, right? And they got so popular and so saturated that they eventually imploded on themselves and became completely unpopular. Like, you look at Western movies now, they're barely made. They're not popular at all. They're just cult classics, And that was because they were saturated so much and made so much that people got bored of them. People got tired of them. Every trope had been done and redone a million times, so they just, burnt out. And a lot of people have been theorizing for years now that superhero movies will eventually go the same way. That they'll make so many superhero movies and they'll redo every trope and all that stuff so many times that they'll burn out and go the way of the Western movies, right? And my personal theory is, I think if superhero movies are going to peter out and die, it will be because of continuity. Continuity in the MCU and stuff like that, they've been great so far, but what I think will happen is they will get so obsessed with trying to fit everything, every little detail and character, they'll get so obsessed with trying to fit all of it into the continuity that the continuity itself will blow up and implode on itself. And I think that is what will happen in terms of if superhero movies are ever going to go the way of the West, and I think that's how it'll happen. They'll get too obsessed with continuity.
I think we need more villain movies.
Yes, but not the Disney
Not the
ones.
Disney
Those
ones.
Yeah,
ones
they were
suck.
shit.
I want Wreck-It Ralph 3.
Yes, Wreck-It Ralph is a badass.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of my favorite Disney movies. I love Wreck-It Ralph.
John C. Reilly is just a great actor.
Who's the voice actor for the little girl? She sounds so familiar. I just don't know who she is.
John C. Reilly?
Is that who the little girl is?
No, it's who plays Ralph.
Oh, no, I'm talking because the voice of the girl sounds so familiar. Oh my god, have you guys seen Archer?
That voice
should make that
is
Marvel.
that chick who... What's her fucking name? God damn it.
I want another BoJack Horseman. Did you guys watch that show?
Yeah, I did. That
I
was
did,
all
but I
right.
heard it was really good.
That was
I
alright.
like, what? All right, that was like one of the best ones.
I think it was a little bit too absurd in some places, I thought. But I thought it was good. It was a good TV show, yeah.
that was the point of it, to make it absurd.
No, I know, but that's not particularly my cup of tea. I like absurdism, but it's got to have a relevance, I suppose.
Did you finish
And
it?
I did, yeah. And it's just absurd.
that's so good.
Some parts of it are just absurdism for the sake of absurdism, which is fine. It's just not my cup of tea. That's all.
I just really like the touching part. They make good points. It's very memorable. I'll probably remember that show for a long time. It's like that show that gets podcast clips and they make a show, right? What was it called?
Oh, shit.
That one I'm probably gonna remember for a long time because that one hit me
What
hard.
the fuck is it called?
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, shit.
Dude,
Something
you gotta
like
see
traveling the universe or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And it's just
Journey Through the Universe?
I don't know the title of it. I don't remember the title, but it was
I'm looking
just
it up right now.
long story short, it's just a show that uses podcast conversation.
The Midnight Gospel.
That's it, dude. That one's good. You should watch. I feel like you would love it.
I'll give that a look.
It's
then.
really
I'll give
good.
that a look. That sounds quite interesting. Thank you. That's on my. I've got to watch the U.S. Office and the Midnight Gospel now, according to the Crackpot podcast.
You have to. Why would you not already be watching The Office? I thought we talked
Well, I'm
about
busy.
this. It's been a week.
I'm busy.
Get on
I was
it.
finishing other programs, and I'm busy anyway, so I don't have much time to watch it. But yeah, I finished
man.
Good Omens recently, actually, which was very good. I was quite surprised at how good that was.
Oh, is it actually good?
I thought it was very good. Yeah, it's like a literal interpretation of the Bible and the Christian myth of the Garden of Eden and the world was created in 7 days.
Is it funny?
It's very funny. Yeah, it's a proper piss take
Okay.
of the Christian myth, but it's done in a quite a, if you're Christian and you're watching it, you won't be offended. It's just a very kind of tongue-in-cheek take on the basically the creationist theory.
And that's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, The Boys. Have you guys seen The Boys?
Dude, that show is so
It's
fucking
so
good.
Fuck
I haven't
me,
seen
man.
Ah,
I love
Moo.
I love it.
It's on Amazon. You gotta watch it.
You're gonna
Okay,
love
I'll
it.
give it a look.
I
give it
love
a
that type of superhero.
So what have I got to
movies,
watch?
kind
The U.S. Office, The Midnight Gospel, and The Boys.
of. Yes.
Put The Boys
The
at
Boys
the top
should
of
be
that
the
list.
top of the list. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's actually like a
It's really
fucking good
It's
show.
Okay.
I love
okay.
it.
I'll
If
have-
you like dark humor. Yes.
Oh right. Okay. That'll be right up my street then.
I think it's that time, guys.
I'm quite proud of us, honestly. We've managed to have a normal, sensible conversation this podcast. I'm genuinely really proud of you both. I don't think this has happened, honestly. I don't think this has happened since like episode 2.
Oh shit. We almost forgot to mention something.
Oh fuck.
Beep,
You
beep,
should have
boop, boop.
acknowledged it in the
I thought we were going to get away with
post-podcast.
it. I was so hopeful that we
Not
weren't
yet.
gonna...
Not yet. Don't worry. Not yet.
Post
We're almost there, but not yet.
We starting
Oh,
to
no.
post.
We have to do that thing where we answer questions.
We might as well finish up now.
What? I literally pinged everybody and we have
Oh,
a
let's
lot
just
of
skip that
questions.
this week.
Do we even
Just
have
fucking skip.
questions?
These are good questions.
These are like
Oh,
actual
fuck that. We'll do it
questions.
next
These
week.
are like actual questions.
We'll do it
Dude,
next
these are
week.
good. Let's just
We'll do it
some.
next week.
Like a little bit.
Would you
little
rather
bit.
lick Brandon's gooch or shoot yourself in the neck with a stapler? Is one of the questions. They're not good questions. Just we'll do
Yeah,
it
first
next
of
week.
all, that's from Commander Creamy, so obviously that's gonna be like a rough one. But this one says, What, in your opinion, is the worst thing about the internet? And that is from Buzz.
Hold the fucking phone. So that question that Buzz asked there,
Yeah.
right? He has word for word copy and pasted a question that I asked him a week ago on his podcast.
There you go.
I asked him, what in your opinion is the worst thing about the internet? Or following that, what's your favourite thing about the epic YouTuber Moocake? Is it his yada yada yada? That's what I've said. And he's copy and pasted that word for word and just replaced fucking attributes about himself. So he's stolen my question.
Wow.
Look, are we really going to do the questions now? Because we're coming up on an hour already. Like,
Well, I guess that's fine.
fine, fuck it. We'll do some questions if you want. But all I'm saying is, this is going to be a long ass episode if we go into
No,
questions
Moo,
now.
you just tell all our beautiful viewers that their questions did not matter this week.
Well, I will if you want. I don't give a shit. I'll just be like, yeah, sorry, we're
That's
not.
what I... Actually, yes.
Yeah, fine, fuck it. I'll do it now.
Just be like,
Everyone,
we're not reading your questions. Go fuck yourself.
We've run over time. This is exactly what I'm typing. At everyone, we've run over time and are not doing questions this week. We'll do them next time, but for now, fuck you all. Your questions are unimportant. That's exactly what I'm writing.
So while I'm waiting, and you're near the end of this episode, viewer, welcome. Thank you for making it this far. We really appreciate it. I know today was a laid-back episode, but you know what? That's okay. We're laid back. You're laid back. We're all just chilling.
There we go. Done.
Oh shit.
Oh, somebody sent back a heartbroken.
Oh, someone said they're gonna unsub. We just lost 13 subs.
Someone's threatening to.
Oh shit, someone's gonna end their life. So I guess we're gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed the next episode.
Fuck's sake.
Hope you enjoyed the next one, not this one.
This was a good episode, though. I liked
Someone
this
so
episode.
didn't
Genuinely,
eat
I
it.
liked this episode. It was far more laid back, and there was an actual decent, serious conversation about superhero movies in a genre that's probably going to die very soon, I would reckon. That was good. We should do more things like this, is all I'm saying. We haven't done a serious topic like that since, I think, episode 2, or maybe episode 3 or 4. Like, it's been a fucking while, is all I'm saying. It was good. I liked this one.
Listen, if you ever bring up us being serious while we're being serious, you know you're gonna self-destruct it right away.
The reason I brought it up is because you went, oh, I think we've forgotten something. It's that time again. And I immediately thought, right, he's going to say some stupid meme now. So seeing as it's dead anyway, I might as well just mention that, well done us. We've done fucking serious things for once.
And I was just gonna bring up questions.
You were.
Why? Oh wait, Sir Lucas did ask, why are the Jews the worst? Okay, first of all, they're not.
They make good bread.
You motherfucker, I'm a Jew. That's what somebody just said.
This is so bad.
Holy shit!
This is
Oh my
so...
god!
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Crackpot podcast.
Phantom
We
is
hope
coming
enjoyed-
after you.
Oh, fuck. There's currently a witch hunt going on in our questions for podcast. Because
No, I'm
someone's
not
just-
hunting Jews on my server. You're welcome.
No. The Jews are hunting down the people that are saying things about Jews. It's a
Oh,
Jew-
the Jews are hunting?
It's a very much Jewish witch hunt. Someone who is a Jew.
All right.
Is fuck. Well, who cares? Who cares? We hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We're sorry that we didn't do any questions this week, but we went over time. We were talking about something else. We promise we'll do them next week. Thank you very much for watching. Fuck off now.
Post podcast? Wait, really?
Post podcast?
Is that time?
Just start up the
Post
recording again, dude. It's time for the
podcast.
post podcast. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the post podcast. Today, I'm your host, Woz Count, joined by V Phantom,
Thank you for having me. I love the post podcast.
Fuck's sake.
and then our friend of the show, Moocake.
Fuck off. Post podcast is pointless. It's fucking
All right,
shit.
let's talk about
Pointless.
how Drake asked me out to the prom.
What?
Drake asked me out to the prom.
Dude, I love
You
Drake
got me a
Bell.
little scrunchy.
Fucking die.
I love Drake, dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, his
got
brother
the
Josh is awesome.
Yummy, 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 yummy. I love Drake.
All right, I'm hitting.
Yeah, I'm hitting shop as well. Fuck this.